We have a sorcerer.
We have a sorcerer.
A sorcerer in, he's in...
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia.
Of course. Well, he's been caught in Saudi Arabia. He started his sorcery in Lebanon, and can't have it. Can't have it. So he was doing a TV show,
Yeah,
right?
Actually it was a radio show. He had a radio show where he supposedly practiced black magic. He could see into the future, and callers would call in, and he would give them advice about their lives, right? Well, officials in Saudi Arabia didn't like that, so as soon as they could, they arrested him, and they put him on trial, and they decided that the proper sentence for sorcery is execution.
This is where the story gets unbelievable. By the way, this gentleman was apparently also on a Beirut-based satellite TV channel as well, and he had a popular call-in show, and apparently it also aired in Saudi Arabia. Hence, Saudi Arabia says, "Look, as soon as he steps in on our soil, we have jurisdiction because the show aired here, and we got this son of a bitch on sorcery charges." Okay, now. Look, the funny side of this, of course, is sorcery. I mean, are you kidding me, right? But it's absurd. What's amazing about it is that Saudi Arabia, the government believes it. Like, they believe he's a sorcerer. They're like, we got to watch out for this guy because he'll do some, sorcery on our ass. Lock him up. Well, which is kind of curious because they're taking a bit of a risk. What if he does do the sorcery on them?
Right.
And if you're a sorcerer, why not? I mean, this is the time to unleash your sorcery, right? I mean, you're sitting in a Saudi prison cell. And the fact that they view him to be a legitimate threat shows you how monumentally stupid they are. I mean, they think like, all right, well, we got Islam, and that's, our voodoo, and then these guys have sorcery, and that's their voodoo, and, well, that's competition. It's like how Christians in America, some fundamentalist Christians, view Harry Potter as competition. They're like, oh, that's wizardry. The Rumpelstiltskin and the Dumbledore guy and et cetera, they're in competition with Jesus and St. John and stuff. I mean, look, I know they're fundamentalists on both sides, but in Saudi Arabia, that's the government, right? So they're going to kill the guy. That's the serious part of the story. He's got 5 kids.
Yeah, he's got 5 kids. His wife says that she hasn't seen him in 2 years. She doesn't know what kind of state he's in. She doesn't know if he's even had anything to eat. She's super worried about him, and she's begging officials in Saudi Arabia to at least let her see him. And they won't let his wife see him at all.
And of course, Amnesty International stepped into his defense, and they're trying to bring attention to it. Because these cases, I mean, it happen all the time, and if you don't bring attention to it, then the poor guy gets executed and it's over. At least if you bring attention to it, he's got a fighting chance, then it becomes a source of embarrassment because of how unbelievably stupid and foolish the Saudi government looks. Like they were actually worried about a sorcerer in the 21st century, and that they have to kill him because of his wizardry. I mean, at least we're not killing Harry Potter over here. I mean, we got our own crazies, right? And for a while, they were in charge, right? But look, this is why I'm against the Saudi government. This is why I'm against fundamentalism, whether it's in the form of religion, it's in the form of an ancient cultural relic that's remained behind, et cetera. And because people make the argument, oh, it's not the religion, it's the culture, it's not the culture, it's the religion, et cetera. I don't care. You know what it is? It's ignorance. It's absolute unbridled ignorance. And that's what we're supposed, and that's why we fight against it. And it's like, sometimes you fight against it and people go, oh, well, come on, of course there's no sorcery, and of course they shouldn't execute that guy for doing a TV show, right? I mean, like, what's that guy here, John Edwards, the one that speaks to the dead or whatever?
Oh,
is it yes. John Edward? Is that the difference? I don't know. His name sounds a lot like the guy who ran for president, who also has issues. Okay, anyway, he did a little sorcery of his own, which got him into a different kind of trouble. Anyway, and you think, well, look, I always think, like, what I'm saying is so obvious, right? But apparently it's not obvious to a lot of people. We got an entire government who believes it and who goes around executing people based on it. Unreal, man. And but I hope one day, I do believe that we will defeat that kind of ignorance. And the answer is always education. Because once you learn a little bit about the world and about science, you realize there is no goddamn sorcery, and you don't have to execute people for doing cute little tricks on television. I mean, the guy's doing magic tricks. Mm-hmm. I mean, who gets executed for a magic trick? It's crazy.